My name is Martha. I'm an occupational therapist in home health. I just made a video about feeling vulnerable and unprepared sometimes when people come to your house. And so here I am in the morning. But I tried to put myself together a little bit for this one. However, we're going to talk about something else that makes people feel a little bit vulnerable and has some pieces to it that can be uncomfortable to talk about for people. We're going to talk about urinals. And most of us are used to that white handled thing that men pee in. There are other types of urinals. Now, I'm not showing you all the types of urinals because I'm not telling you what to use, what to buy. Talk to your occupational therapist about that. It's a little bit different for everybody. There are urinals that are easier to use when you are lying down. They sit better horizontally, and the opening can be a little bit different. And also, after only 100 years, they now make urinals for women. The opening is quite different. It is designed to fit against the vulva. Or if that makes you uncomfortable, I guess I should say that it fits against the female body. Some men can be more comfortable using the one for women for a couple different reasons that I think I won't turn you off by talking about. Let's just say logistics. The logistics can sometimes make that easier, and there are ones that are considered unisex. Sometimes it seems obvious when to use a urinal. Sometimes not so obvious. You might have the ability to get up and walk to the bathroom and do it pretty well. But overnight, we can be a little bit lightheaded if we're getting up a number of times in the night, if our walking is compromised at all, using the walker, any history of falls, then maybe all things considered, it is better to use a urinal or a bedside commode instead of taking that trip. I had a patient recently who was pretty compromised after a stroke, and he was able to get to the bathroom. But the entire process took so much effort from his wife, who was fading away in front of our eyes, that I said, let's give her a week off. I know you can get to the bathroom. You don't have to prove that to me. But let's look at the overall energy expenditure, going back to the energy conservation again. How hard is it for you? Because the harder it is for you, the harder it is for your wife, and the more labor for her. So that was an unusual circumstance. If you can get to the bathroom pretty well, you're a heart patient, you've suddenly gained 2 pounds in a day, and your doctor wants you to have an extra Lasix, or for some other reason you suddenly need a water bill, and then you have to go to the bathroom so often that you're kind of mad about it. Well, that's all coming out of that energy budget that we talked about with energy conservation. It wears people out, and then they get annoyed or frustrated or flustered that they have to get up again to go to the bathroom. It is important to be independent with toileting, and it means a lot to people. Using the urinal doesn't have to mean you are not independent with toileting. It can be a choice you make to reduce your fall risk or to save up some of that energy budget for something else that you want to do or have to do, like leaving for the doctor. So this is an equation with all these pieces to it, and this is something to go over with your occupational therapist. But there's one other thing that we need to talk about. If you are using a urinal or a bedside commode, they need to be emptied. I said it. I treated a lovely gentleman, and I would go to his house, and he would have 4 half or more full urinals hanging from his walker. And we needed to use his walker for the work we were doing. I want to help people. I'm happy to help people. I don't like when people assume it's going to be my job to take care of these things, or when family members leave it. There's a difference, because I'm only there twice a week, and I need to know that things are being taken care of. If you have to have the bedside commode next to you in your living room, a lot of people don't like that. You can take a $2 box of trash can liners and cheap kitty litter, and you put the trash bag in that bucket and the kitty litter in the bag. You use the commode, and then you are just taking that bag of kitty litter to the trash. Then you don't have to feel bad about odor, having things around you. I have seen patients who have full commodes and no one thinks to empty it before clinicians are coming to the house. And I gotta say, that would be nice. Not just for me, but if the patient can't do it, it's nice if the family can keep up with it. And patients don't always want to ask families members to do more than they are already doing. And I've had a request from a friend who took care of her brother at the end of his life. And she wants me to tell y'all to use soap. Don't just dump them. Clean them out. It can sound kind of obvious, but it's not. And these are the things that are complicated for people. Rinsing things out. And if the family member's not doing it and you can barely get to the bathroom and you want to do it, but you don't think you can, these become big issues for people, even if they don't talk to anybody about it. So I think we're going to end up revisiting this on another day. Many types, styles of urinals. Different levels of ability for how people can manage it and doing it independently. Being able to get to the toilet, but recommending a urinal if you have to go to the toilet too often, and that is costing you somewhere else in your day and with other activities. And the importance of keeping everything clean. I have issues with the dignity for patients and dignity that they do not get to have. And they should not have to have that kind of odor around them. And you should not have to feel ashamed about asking for help with it. And that is something that I would really like to help you with. So you can go ahead and comment. Some things will be for you to discuss with your occupational therapist, because I don't know you, I don't know your medical condition, and I haven't seen your house. But I want better for you, okay? We can talk about it.